Guys, I'm going to fucking rage. Like, this is my third recording, trying to get this video perfect for you guys, because I noticed how shitty my, first commentaries were, and now that I'm really used to it, they're getting a lot better. Oh, here comes my dog. Come here, dog. Come here. Alright, so the first two times my mom came downstairs and ruined my commentary, and the third time around my little dog came down and ruined the commentary. But it's okay because I love my dog, and my dog doesn't talk, so my dog can't really ruin the commentary. So anyway, as I promised you guys, I'm gonna bring you guys the AProing segment today. And after I show you guys, Coco, shut up. After I show you guys the eligible skills for AProing, I'll probably do some videos of me using the skills and stuff, and showing you guys some combos that you can do so you're not completely lost when you guys attempt this. So my dog's gone now. Hopefully my mom doesn't come downstairs, because I will just completely rage if I have to do yet another recording of this, when my first two recordings were perfectly fine for the first 4 or 5 minutes, and then they just got fucked up. So anyway, without any further ado, first character who's up is Dio or Dio. However you may pronounce it, it doesn't really matter, it's the same character. The eligible skills for AProing are all his non-delay skills. I'm sure you know what those are, but if you don't, I will show you. And there's a couple non-delay skills that are uneligible, and I'll get to that later once I actually get to those skills. So Phase Edge, eligible. Dominate is eligible. Death Star Uppercut. Shatter Fist. Blink. Haunting Shock is not eligible, just because the range is too high on it and the damage is a bit too high. Infernal Spear is eligible. The range makes you go all the way across the map pretty much, but it's not super overpowered of a skill or anything like that. And Flash Sword is eligible for Dio or Dio's first job. Passives that are eligible are increased AP recovery rate, increased dash speed. Crit chance is not eligible, just because we all know crit is pretty cheap, so crit chance is not eligible. But I guess it doesn't really matter, so let's just go ahead and say crit chance is eligible, just because you know, once you get 4th job in this game, you have 3% crit anyways. So let's just say crit chance is eligible to make it a bit more fair. So for Dio's second job, you can use Vertical Blink, you can use Rebound, and now a lot of people are saying to me, oh, Rebound, like, why do you use it? It's not a very good skill. And that is complete bullshit. Do not listen to them. You know why it's not a good skill to them? Because they have this. And it is really hard to get your target when you have the buff for it. So don't waste 2 skill points on the buff. It's unneeded. Rebound is perfect without it. And it's a very unexpected attack, so that's why I use it. The 2 charging Death Stars are eligible. People also underestimate these skills, but they are very powerful if you charge them up enough. So I recommend these, only if you're more advanced and you know, you have good patience, good timing, all that good stuff. Far Away is eligible, and that's about it for the right side. And for the back to the left side now, Evil Shock is eligible. We all know Evil Shock isn't cheap whatsoever, so Evil Shock is eligible. Life Keep is not eligible. I repeat, not eligible if you're going for an AProing setup. The reason behind this is life keep is very, very, very cheap and makes people like myself and everyone else who fights a DO with life keep, makes them rage. So life keep is not allowed. It is a very cheap skill that is not allowed. So don't even think about it if you're going for an AProing setup. And yeah, that's about it. You can use the damage buff for Haunting Shock. You know, you can go ahead and get that for dungeoning or whatever, but Haunting Shock is not included in AProing. So there you go, guys. Those are Dio's AProing eligible skills. Moving on to Zero now. Let's just get into his skill tree here. Go to first job. So for Zero, I know you guys are asking, well, Zero only really has 2 non-delay attacks, and they're not that great. But I'll tell you right now, Loss HP Absorption is like my favorite skill on Zero, and it's just sexy. It makes me happy in the pants. So the skills that are eligible for Zero are Classical Force with all the buffs, but only the shiny Classical Force, which is the one you see in yellow right here that I'm clicking on. That is the only one that is eligible. These other two aren't cheap, and the one on second job right here is cheap. So those are not eligible for AProing. So yeah, don't think about it. For Zero, Triple Bash is eligible because it's slow, it doesn't deal that much damage, it's not cheap. This is eligible. So I repeat, Triple Bash is eligible. Gran X, not eligible. Too strong, too cheap. Bleeding Gash, not eligible. Too strong, too cheap. Rude Pressure is eligible. It's not that great of an attack, but whatever. You can find some ways to use it. HP Absorption is eligible. AP Absorption and all the absorptions in general are eligible. Passives all are eligible because they're not cheap, they're not game breaking, they're not even that useful, so it's not a big deal. Orchid is not eligible for AProing. I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of you guys have an orgasm for Orchid, but, you know, like, it tracks you down no matter where you are on the map. That is just too cheap. I know it doesn't do a lot of damage, but still, it is pretty annoying, pretty cheap, not eligible for AProing. But on the other hand, the increased absorption to benefit loss, that is eligible. So just so you guys know, the increased absorption buff is eligible. Whirlwind is eligible. Whirlwind is pretty awesome. You can get people in like an infinite whirlwind if it was just a flat map. So that's pretty cool. You can do that. I don't know if you can do that anymore with the PvP revamp, but yeah, that's pretty cool. And Whirlwind is one of my other favorite attacks. Bite Off, I'd say it's eligible, but because you can chain a Classical Force after that, and if you get the grab, it's pretty much a one-hit kill. Bite Off is not eligible, which obviously means Breakthrough and Abyss are not eligible. And Amid, eligible. Increase is eligible. They're not cheap, not game-breaking, and actually pretty useful. I've actually tried them out before. They're pretty useful. Defensive stance and all that good stuff. This is all eligible. Offensive stance, it's not too cheap because of how slow it is, so it's really easy to counter out of. So let's go ahead and make that eligible. But yeah, so all of Zero's passives are eligible. And that's about it for Zero. He doesn't have a wide variety of skills, which kind of sucks. But, you know, he's still a pretty good character. I still like him to an extent, like I said in one of my other videos. And moving on to Lei. So I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, Lei. Well, that's kind of pointless. Nobody fucking likes Lei anyways. Well, to be honest, I have a level 72, almost 73 Lei. And I enjoy using Lei a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I like her. And she has like the nicest tits I've ever seen. on a GC character. I'm not a pervert. So, yeah, so let me go over the skills that are eligible for lay. Jeeves Etiquette, eligible. Gargoyle, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, come on, Gargoyle, really? The Ice Breath is eligible. It doesn't do damage, and, you know, it could freeze a person, like, across the map, so, like, it's not that game-breaking, especially now with the PvP revamp. The summons aren't that strong, and they don't last very long anyways. So, Gargoyle with only Ice Breath is eligible, and you can use the dash attack on Gargoyle. Gravity Ball is not eligible, so yeah. Flame Roll, no. Ether is. Inspire is. Secret Passage, hell fucking no. For Lei, all of her passives are eligible. They're not that game breaking, not that amazing. So there you go. Moving on to Lei's second job, Harbinger. I like to call it Darkbringer, but anyways. You can use Shove. Shove is a good skill. I enjoy it. It's pretty good. You can use Bastion, because like I said, he's not that overpowered anymore. And he has 3 attacks that you can control, and they're pretty fun to use, I'm not gonna lie. Uncertain Air. I did not go right side, so I don't know, but I'm pretty much guessing Uncertain Air isn't that amazing anyways, since I've never seen anyone use it. Barrage, it's not that overpowered, so go ahead and use it if you want. Center of Gravity, no. Hell no. And Teardrop, which is that skill where she summons bats and they shoot lasers. I don't know how that happens, but that is not eligible either. And going over the passives for Lei, all her passives are eligible because they're all pretty useful. And there you go. And for Lupus, or Rufus, or Luxus, whatever his name is in your server, we only got his first job, which kind of sucks, because I was looking forward to, you know, going to practice mode and coming up with an AProing setup for him. But obviously that won't happen until we get all 4 of his jobs. Hopefully it doesn't take a year to get his 4th job like it did with Geos, but we'll see how that goes. So the skills I'm currently rocking on Lupus or Rufus is Pulverize. It's not too strong, not too weak. Rake, I enjoy that skill very much. Increased speed, aerial evasion, and trample, because those are obviously his least overpowered attacks. And yeah, so those are the 3 skills I'm currently rocking on Lupus or Rufus or Luxus, depending on what server you're playing on, will be his name, which is kind of weird because for the first time in NAGC history, we actually completely changed the name of a character. And normally we only butchered classes names, like Duelist instead of Eris, and, you know, like Starlit, and just Xeno, like Vanquisher instead of Xenocider. And, you know, normally we only gave classes pretty gay names. But, you know, they decided to name this character Rufus. I still call him Lupus. That's just what I'm used to, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. So, when his other jobs come out, I'll have to do an update to AProing. But for now, that is all, guys. I will do some videos of showing some AProing combos so you guys aren't completely lost. But that's about it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will put the skills that are eligible in the bottom description box thing, because you guys obviously can't memorize this. So without any further ado, I'm going to go PvP with this bad boy here. And I hope you guys enjoy your day, enjoy your Christmas, and happy holidays.